Hi and good morning to our dear Dr. Fu Yanxing and fellow classmates. We are from Grade 2 are going to present Special Interest Tourism, Introduction and Family and Faith Tourism. So, not further ado, let's continue with the first presenter.
Hello everyone, I am Nurul Syafiqah binti Syamsul Anwar and my metric number 271654. I'm gonna talk about Special Interest Tourism. What is Special Interest Tourism? Special Interest Tourism, or SIT, is the provision of customized leisure and recreational experience driven by a specific expressed interest of the individuals and groups. So, basically, it is an identification of specific groups of people or tourists according to their defined interests. Special interest tourism may simply refer to small-scale focus and themes or niche type of tourism, and it could be an activity based on tourism involve small number of tourists in authentic settings. Clients engaged with special interest tourism are seeking to learn more, enrich their awareness, and express themselves. They expect high standards of service and individualized focus. One way to classifying different types of tourism is according to the dominant interest or reason that causes people to travel. The tourism product is defined as attraction plus the tourism industry. Attractions are commonly divided into two main groups. First is natural, which include natural sites and natural events. Second is cultural, which include cultural sites and cultural events. For natural attraction, is like tourists will focus on topographic sites, for example. Commonly, we can see topographic sites such as mountains, beaches, and volcanoes. Other than that is climatic sites, sites defined by location, sites that feature certain plant or animal life like forests, botanic gardens, and zoo. And then there are also hydrological sites such as lakes and rivers, and then natural events. Meanwhile, for cultural attraction is like historic sites. For example, like museum, graveyard, and so many historical things. Besides, there are also prehistoric sites such as cave painting, and then religious sites of significance like cathedral and mosque. After that, there are also contemporary cultural displays and events like theatre, and then have rural attraction like farm, retail attraction such as large shopping mall, recreational attraction like resort, and lastly, cultural events like festivals. So that's all for introduction part, and I will pass to the next presenter.
Hi, my name is Eliza Marini binti Bizaimi and my metric number is 271710. I will presenting about special interest tourism market. So understand a special interest tourism market is important in order to assess the potential of developed product that satisfies customer need. Identify the market segment is the first step to understand special interest tourism market. This is because market segment will make us understand about the need of particular audience, which influence their motivation and behavior to consumption that product or interested place. Since special interest tourism has specific interest-based motivation for travel, so understand about the desire for particular product is important in special interest tourism market. Market segment include geography, demography, socioeconomic, and also other segmentation. So, for example, socioeconomic segment related with status, social class, or income level will influence the motivation of traveler to go travel. And psychography is related with tourist, lifestyle, activity, and attitude of the traveler. Besides that, one of the potential sector in the market is favorable sector. For example, such as adventure tourism, healthy tourism, natural-based tourism, and also religious tourism. So still favorite sector is more preferred for the traveler that want a unique holiday experience, and it will depend with tourist typology. So typology related with classify the tourists from time to time. For example, such as organized mass tourists, individual mass tourists, the explorer. So organized mass tourists related to the tourists that prefer to visit safe and secure destinations. And individual mass tourists related to the tourists that have some personal use, and the explorer is related with the tourists who are interested with unexplored destination. So the type of tourist also will influence the designing of special interest tourism market, and also will influence the motivation and behavior of the traveler to go travel.
My name is Nurul Najah binti Abdul Halim. My metric number is 269664. Today I will present about typologies. Tourist typologies are descriptors of distinctive form of tourist consumer behavior. They reflect different motivation, interests, and style of travel. The purpose of these typologies is to divide tourists into various groups in order to determine what each group wants. Tourist typology research has typically neglected to explore the particularities of special interest tourists in any detail, and special interest tourist research has generally been conducted in regard to a specific interest. Typologies of special interest tourists are rare. Cooligan 1992, for example, offer a travel career pass for general interest tourists, holiday makers, to increase travel experience, confidence, and prosperity over time. Based on this traditional platform, Brotherton and Himetoglu 1997 then went on focus on special interest tourists and proposed 4 distinct types of each with their own set of salient characteristics or dabble, enthusiast, expert, and fanatic. For the dabbles, desire a change from boredom of previous travel experience, required familiarity with their everyday life, and will select the novel of difference, concern with symbolic value and social status, so activity likely to be fashionable. Their skill or expertise in chosen activity will be low, and safety is an important consideration. Lastly is outwardly mobile and socially aspirational. For the enthusiasts, interests are clearly defined and like to choose one activity to pursue rather than many, more aware of needs and capabilities and of the interests or experience which will satisfy them. A level of commitment is discernible as there is a wish to develop skill, expertise, and knowledge. Possesses a positive self-image, confident, and self-assured. The activity pursued represents a lifestyle enchantment. The next one is the expert. Has a high level of skill and extensive knowledge of chosen special interest. Strongly committed to a specific activity or experience. The activity experience is central to their home leisure life. Desire to experience the activity or experience with other like-minded and skilled individuals. Their chosen experience reaffirms their identity. The last characteristic is the fanatic, entirely devoted to the pursuit of their chosen special interests and thrive on fear and adrenaline, highly committed to the pursuit of their chosen activity or experience which almost represent a form of addiction, generate intense motivation which may result in the pursuit of the activity beyond reasonable limit. Highly skilled individual with a wide range of experience in practicing chosen activity or interest. Pursuit of activity is dominant motivating factor. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Pavitra, Doctor of Tourism, and my metric number is 270661. And now I'm going to talk about the behavior in an introduction and family and faith tourism. So according to Actor, in 2016, involvement has been interpreted as a process of psychological identification resulting in varying degrees of behavioral, cognitive, and affective investment in an activity, product, or situation. So several scales has been proposed in a bid to measure its influence on such as the personal involvement inventory, which is by Zajkowski in 1925, and the consumer involvement profile by Laurent and Capfarel in 1985 too. So the individual attributes of behavior is frequency of participation, which is measured prior experience with activity, familiarity, and also familiarity of setting. The cognitive under individual attributes are skills, knowledge, setting attributes such as low to high. Moreover, in the effective way of behavior consumes important or enjoyment, which is to attraction, self-expression, centrality, risk probability, and also making poor choices. As I mentioned earlier, cognitive behavior under individual attributes, it makes from low to high, which is starting from bubble travelers, idealized experience seekers, white horizon travelers, and the last is total immersers. All these are based on their experiences and also affluence or time. Although religion and religiosity are well-known factors for influencing behavior in different social settings, there is very limited research that explores the links between them and visitation patterns of tourists. Holidays play an important role in family life, especially on behavioral, which allowing family members to spend quality time together and consequently strengthening family relationships. So this makes the behavioral among family and also faith of each religion to be complied in correct way.
Hello, my name is Madiha binti Muhammad Lazim. My metric number is 271497. I will present about social tourism. The definition of social tourism by Hans Zicke is the relationship and phenomena in the field of tourism resulting from participation in travel by economically weak or otherwise disadvantaged element in society. Social tourism also refers to initiatives that encourage people from all backgrounds of society to participate in travel and tourism activities that they might not otherwise perform. Low-income population and those with disabilities are the two most typically targeted categories in social tourism. The major factor influencing the interpretation and implementation of social tourism are: the first one is the rapid process of industrialization, which results in overpopulation and unhealthy environments in cities. The second is social tourism became a policy issue in some countries. Third is the years following Second World War were the heyday for social tourism in Europe. Fourth is the USSR also developed an extensive social tourism network. From the number fifth is from 1980s, social tourism went through a period of transformation and reorientation. Number six is and last one, the changing political climate and the deepening influence of neoliberalism in many countries. Next is interaction. Interaction is divided into three. The first one is demand. Demand is referred to the specific target group, aim, the type of disadvantage or exclusion it's aimed to address. In demand, it has low income and disability. Second is mediator. In Anglo-Saxon countries, charity usually play a key role, whereas in mainly Europe and several countries in Latin America, public sector is the key stakeholders. For mediator, it has public and voluntary. The third is supply. Supply is referred to the tourism attraction or accommodation facilities where the social tourism take place. In supply, it has private sector and social tourism. Last is impact and insight. The impact is to lead to increase in social capital. As social isolation is a common problem for disadvantaged families, holidays can be particularly valuable where they lead to an expansion of social network or a strengthening of social ties. Minette found that group holidays were particularly useful for this purpose as they encourage intense contact with other holidays makers, often from similar geographical and social background. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Nur Syahda binti Nur Azman. My metric number is 269832. So today, I want to present about family tourism. So, definition and key concept of family tourism. Family tourism can be known as traveling with our own siblings, married couple, and children. The concept of family traveling is to engage to all people, create and build a good relationship between family members by having a vacation. So guys, have you been vacation with your family? I think yes. Let's move to some of benefit of having tourism with family. Firstly, it encourages family bonding. Secondly, it promotes global education. And the last one is remind to appreciate the little things. Regarding to benefit, we are sure that this family tourism is to build up our family relationship to become more closer as well. Sometimes, having a vacation with family such a reward to ourselves and it will become the best moment ever in our life. So, the current trend of family tourism, changing family structure, social capital and creating memories, experiential family holidays, immigration, and the last one is new family markets. For the social capital and creating memories, family holidays might increase the communication of family member. If before this, you might have a problem to speak up with your parents of the working business, holiday is the suitable time to you to having communication with your parents. So, experiential family holidays is to gain a new knowledge about other places and create a positive memory. So, immigration. This is because some of the tourists have moved to emerging and developing country to developed country. This might be due to some of the family were attracted with other country uniqueness. So for the new family market, this is because with rising of tourism, the income of domestic leisure was welcome. We continue the future of family tourism. First, travel enhance stays family time, multi-generation travel, time together and time apart, and the last one is sustainability and micro-mobility. The future of family tourism is a family with dependent will represent their children about the important current and future market for tourism provider. Children and family will become closer and the most important is emotional in human relation demands in tourism. So, I list some of the best places to visit in Malaysia. Firstly, Langkawi Island as well in Kedah, Legoland City in Johor Bahru, Cameron Highland Pahang, Zoo Negara Kuala Lumpur, and the last one Perhentian Island. So, the conclusion is every person will very recommended to take time on vacation with spending time with the loved ones and might really stressful work matter. That's all from me. Might continue with other presenter. Thank you.
Next, I want to present about cathedral tourism. The definition is Visitors who come seeking to find meaning or to experience something of the cathedral atmosphere, like architectural features and the artwork. Main factor that influence the growth of the cathedral tourism is the iteration of the cathedral tourism, cultural heritage and the architecture. Cathedrals are fascinating to visit because of its stunning architecture, which includes spectacular sculptures, wonderful artwork, and stained glass windows. Number of visitors for cathedral tourism. It has attracted 16 times more visitors than worshippers last year, with almost 10 million people attend as tourists. Most visited cathedral in the world. The first one is Saint Basil in Russia, featuring a wide range of architectural styles. Its radiant red walls are topped by colorful towers and onion domes. The second one is Saint Mark Basilica in Italy, built all the way back in 11th century. Its interior is decked in gold, with magnificent mosaic and astonishing artworks. The third one is Chartres Cathedral in France. Several significant tombs and relics can be found there.
Hi and good morning to dear Razati Fuyansing and fellow friend. My name is Saratu Shafika binti Ahmad Jais, metric number 281309. I will continue the presentation with the subtopic Islamic tourism. Islamic tourism is one of the new concepts of tourism that have been introduced in most Islamic countries such as Indonesia, Malaysia and Ghana. Hence, what is Islamic tourism? Islamic tourism is not defined as a visit to the mosque alone, pilgrimage or performing Umrah or Hajj, but it is the visit that is closely related to the nature, culture or characteristic that integrate with Islamic value. The concept of Islamic tourism is all services and activity must be adhered to the system and value prescribed by Islam, or we call it as Sharia. It also can be characterized by economic, cultural and religious conservative, which are contribute to the creation of new tourism product destination, preserving and conserving the heritage of Islamic, like Islamic theme tour package, and understand Islam religious based on conservative interpretation. Most tourists prefer locations that are in line with their behavior, experience, motivation and belief. Thus, all Muslims ensure that the destination they are going to is available in Islamic religious attributes such as halal food, suitable hotel and airline. Other than Islamic tourism, people commonly heard other names such as halal tourism and Muslim-friendly tourism. Then, the component of Islamic tourism is all services must be in halal and Sharia compliant services like halal food and beverage, halal accommodation, halal airline and halal packages. Halal compliant is where there is a prohibition on consuming alcohol, pork and others. Next, the implication of tourist threat in Islamic tourism destination is it can damaging the destination image, discouraging tourists from visiting, destruction of the public infrastructure, and decrease in foreign investment. Example of terrorist threat like we already know is car bomb, shooting, and hostage. Last but not least, the future Islamic tourism are the Islam will be universal in future. More people can accept Islam as it is the most flexible type of tourism and no racial violence element. As it's become known, more Muslim minority countries such as Taiwan, South Korea and Vietnam will try to develop and customizing their tourism to Islamic tourism, like having the ability of halal food, itinerary built around prayer timing, visit the mosque in the country and many more. So I think that's all from me and my group. Thank you.